Hi friends, don't you think it's time to crochet? Today I am working on this motif and I'm going to show it to you. This is the eyelets motif from my book, Go Crochet Afghan Design Workbook, and it's on page 33. And I'm going to deviate a little bit from the exact pattern because that's 10 years ago since that that book was published, and I like to do things a little bit differently now. It's just a preference. The pattern is correct in the book, but we are going to do a adjustable loop. And I'm sorry, I thought the yarn was yellow. It's kind of a creamier custard color. It's called Custard. It's by Knit Picks. It is a Brava sport weight. The link is in the description below, and this one is Lady Slipper. So we're doing an adjustable loop here, and this is an H size hook, and this is a sport weight yarn. And in this loop, I am going to place 8 single crochets and then tighten up the loop. And that's why it's an adjustable loop, because you can adjust it. So we're going to place 8 single crochets. 1, 2, and I'm going to catch that little extra tail in there. I hope you are well. I hope we have a wonderful 2023 ahead of us. And we will come around to all 8 single crochets. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now I'm going to pull the tail of that and adjust it right on down. Okay. All right, so 8 single crochets in round 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're a little unusual today. That's all right. Okay, so slip stitch in the first single crochet. To finish the first round, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the first single crochet. So now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet in the next. I'm going to keep tugging that little tail from the beginning adjustable loop so that my eyelet, my little hole, doesn't get larger and larger as I work into it. So we're just placing 1 single crochet and a chain of 4 in between, and make this little posy or this little flower here in the center. Okay, and I dropped it, so I'll make sure and put on another chain. So have you discovered some of my playlists? There should be a whole bunch of playlists on the channel for you so that you can go back and watch exactly the things that you are interested in watching. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lots of Tunisian, lots of motifs. Okay, we're getting there, friends. Hang in there. So we're placing these little loops all the way around. We've got a couple more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one more loop will finish us off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. And this fastens off. We will fasten off this little flower here. So darn cute. Love that. Fasten off the flower. Put the cut tail through the loop. And when I have 2 little tails like this right next to each other, sometimes I weave them both through. And then just pull the one that will pull the loop tight. And those will get woven in later. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are right on track. So here's a little close-up of that flower. Fun, fun, fun. So we're going to grab the second color. This is Custard. While I was painting my nails or looking through my nail color stash, I picked a yellow. It's not quite yellow, but it's pretty darn close. So we deviate from the pattern in the book by placing a slip knot on the hook, and I am going to yarn over once and hold it. I'm going to join with a back post double crochet around the single crochet, any one single crochet. So we are doing a standing back post double crochet there around that post. Okay, so do you need to see that again, friends? Let me go back. So place a slip knot on the hook. Then I'm going to yarn over and make sure and hold that yarn over there under my thumb. Make sure I don't drop it. Under from the back side to the front side, I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop, taking care not to drop that yarn over on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops on the hook. So that's a standing back post double crochet. All right. And you know it's standing because the tail is at the top of the stitch. Okay, chain 1, 2, 3. And we will back post double crochet around the next single crochet. So we're essentially working behind the flower. And that's what gives these little grab yellow bars across. That's what we're doing here. So back post double crochet is a double crochet, so you're yarn over first from the back of the fabric to the front and then to the back. We're grabbing the yarn and pulling it all the way through, yarning over and pulling through 2 loops on the hook 2 times, and then chain 1, 2, 3. Okay, just 1 yarn over. I got excited there. We will do a treble crochet with 2 yarn overs in a moment, but first we are just doing the back post double crochet, 1 yarn over. You can't see it, I really ought to show you, but my sweatshirt is pink too. It kind of matches. Kind of matches today. So go ahead and move those tails wherever you need to move them out of the way. They will have to get woven in later. Unfortunately, that's the thing about motifs where you cut yarn. You have to go back and weave in the tails, or you can work over them. And don't worry, this yellow custard section will give us plenty of space to place those tails underneath to keep them anchored in. 1, 2, 3. So if you're reaching this channel, this is January 2023, and this channel has now been going on since, what, 2018, I believe? Okay, so we've come all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will join in the top of that standing back post double crochet with a slip stitch, chain 1, 2, 3. That's going to count as our first stitch. We're going to place 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. I'm going to go ahead and start working over that tail. I hope that you are finding crochet to be a relaxing and valuable use of your time. I'm going to place 3 double crochets in the chain 3 space. Okay. And then when we come to that next double crochet, we're going to place 1 double crochet in it. Keep working over the tails so that we have fewer to do later. Now, some other friends of mine, crochet designers, disagree about working over tails versus knotting them. So you go ahead and do what you like to do. I'm going to go ahead and do what I like to do, which is to work over them. In the next one, we are placing a corner, so 3 double crochets just like we did down here. So 3 double crochets. So every other double crochet that we encounter as we go around, so we will place a corner. So there's 3 double crochets in that corner, and then when we get to this next double crochet, we're just going to place 1 in it because it is a side. Okay, so 3 double crochets in the side or the chain 3 loop. What's your favorite stitch? I think the double crochet is one of my favorite basic stitches. I very much like the front post double crochet a whole lot. What's your favorite stitch? Comment below with what your favorite stitch is. Do you like the post stitches? Do you prefer the regular stitches? Do you like the half double? A lot of people love the half double. I'm going to place 3 double crochets in this next occurrence, this next double crochet, because we're making another corner. 1, 2, 3. I mean, all the stitches I have a special place in my heart, don't get me wrong. 3 double crochets in the chain 3 space. Just put it in the space. You don't have to work it into the exact stitches of that chain 3, but just get it in there. Get it around that spot. 1 double crochet in the double crochet, okay, because it's still a side. All of the stitches are building blocks, of course, that are kind of like the notes in music that when you rearrange them, make a whole new composition. Okay, it's time for a corner, so 3. And so they all have their purpose and they all have their usefulness. I think single crochet comes in handy a lot, of course, but if you were to do just a blanket of plain single crochet, oh my goodness, that's the epitome of tedious for me. I would get bored after a couple rows and have to change it up. But double crochet goes a little bit faster and taller stitches faster still. So all of them have their purposes. It depends on what your purpose is, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. We are now coming all the way around, and it is time to join with a slip stitch in the top of that beginning chain 3, which counted as the first double crochet. And we will fasten off. Okay, here we go. It's starting to look like a thing. I just love purple and yellow together. Okay, so here's where we are so far. We are now done with this yellowy custardy color, and we're going to grab the ladyfinger. So this color is going to be, we're going to do single crochets with this one. We're placing a slip knot on the hook. So the single crochets are coming in handy for this pattern in the next 2 rounds especially. Okay, so in the middle stitch of a corner, there's 3 double crochets in the corner. In this middle one, we're going to place three single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to skip this next stitch, which is the 3rd one of the group. So here's the three in the corner. We placed 3 in the middle of the 3 in the corner. We're going to skip this one. We're going to yarn over twice and grab this loop right here, That's where we're going. So we're skipping the stitch behind this long treble front post double crochet. So we're just reaching down to grab it. This pattern was inspired by, so we're skipping the one right behind it, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next, I think it is 7 stitches. Was inspired by those crisp white fabrics from my childhood that had like the little eyelets in it, if you know what I mean, kind of like curtains or a lacy edge on a little girl's sock or whatever, but usually like a crisp white cotton. Okay, so we're getting to this next group of 3 double crochets. We're going to skip the first one. We're going to yarn over twice and reach down to the next available chain loop of that purple color. Okay, and we're going to leave the stitch unworked here, and in the middle stitch of the corner, we're going to place 3 single crochets. My mom would sew when I was a little girl. She would sew our clothes and stuff, and we're going to skip the next one and do the treble in the next one. So yarn over twice. And I just remember her working with eyelet fabrics a lot in the, I guess 70s and 80s. I'm showing my age. Skip 1 stitch behind and single crochet in the next ones all the way across. 1, I think it's 7. 2, I wasn't even really counting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I think it is 7, because we will skip the first one of in the group of 3 in the corner, we'll skip the first one, yarn over twice, and do a long treble crochet into that next available loop of the purple, 2 rows below. Okay, so I remember my mom working with Eyelet fabrics when I was a girl. I think maybe my first communion dress, which she made, had eyelets on it. I don't know if I even have that dress anymore. Okay, we're skipping that last one of the group, doing a treble crochet. You may remember, if you've been following my career for a while, that I actually designed a First Communion lacy white dress for my daughter when she was 8 in the 2nd grade. She is now a senior in college. Oops, I'm supposed to be going back to single crochet. She's now a senior in college. Boy, how time flies. And we are coming all the way over to where we can reach down and grab those last couple of loops. Okay, so we're there. We're going to skip the first one of that corner group, yarn over twice, reach down to the next available purple loop, and stick with me because it's easy to make a mistake on this last little section. So put 3 single crochets in the corner, skip 1 stitch, grab the next stitch with a treble crochet, and since we skipped 1 stitch, we will now single crochet in the next 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it just 6 this time? Should be 7, right? Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I skip 1? Oh, I skipped 1. I skipped a stitch right there. There it is. See, I told you it was tricky. I said, don't move, don't forget, don't miss it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was that a self-fulfilling prophecy? 6, 7. Or was it just experience? Don't forget to do your last long treble crochet right here. That's the tricky part I was warning you about. Reach down and grab it. And then our final round is just going to be single crochet, and we're going to place 1 in each stitch and 3 in the corner stitches of the 3 group, the 3 in the group. So we've got single crochet in the first one, and then of these 3, place 3 in the middle of the third one. I'm sorry, in the middle of the second one of that group, of that corner, and just single crochet all the way around in that fashion. And then I just join these together by placing the fronts of them together and single crocheting across. And that places the seam on the back. And that's how you would turn this into a great, gorgeous little blanket. Can you imagine all the fun with colors? You don't have to make the flower the same color as the rays of the sun peeking out, or you can do it like this. In the book, I put the darker color in the background and the lighter color on top. So you can either do it that way, or you can do it with the lighter color in the background and the darker on top, like this one. So have fun with it. I hope you have a great, relaxing, and fun use of your day. See you next time.